Welcome to Babble. Who do we have to petition to get the line, "Look what happened in this movie"? Preferably delivered like, "Look what happened." Let me know. So finally, the official title of the next Monsterverse Godzilla Kong movie has been revealed, and that title is, how do you say this? Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. The New Empire. That sounds like a Star Wars movie, but that's okay. This movie is coming out March 15th, 2024, only in theaters. And with this reveal, we got a little bit of a teaser video of what appears to be a Kong sitting on a throne, looking very King Louie from Jungle Book, sitting on a throne, and we pan back, and there's all sorts of bones, which we can assume are Godzilla bones and Kong bones from the Great War when these species were beating each other up years, hundreds of thousands of billions of years ago. And then the teaser ends with a close-up of Kong with some kind of fire in his eyes. Maybe he'll finally go all electric. I swore, when I was watching Godzilla vs. Kong, and he was knocked out, and the heave was resuscitating him, I was like, oh, here comes Electric Kong, and it didn't happen. So maybe now Kong will get some kind of ability or power beyond just being a super strong monkey. The teaser got me hyped. It looks like a video game cutscene. It doesn't look like it's something that should be in the actual movie. That's okay. It still got me hyped. It still, establishes a cool tone and gets me excited. And this, along with part of the synopsis, got me really excited. The synopsis is saying that the epic new film will delve further into the histories of these titans, their origins, and the mysteries of Skull Island and beyond, while uncovering the mythic battle that helped forge these extraordinary beings and tied them to humankind forever. Yes! Alright, then now we're talking. We might see some of that stuff that's been alluded to in the other films, finally. And that's what I want to see. Show me 1,000 Kongs attacking 100 Godzillas. I want to see a Kong ripping a dorsal plate off of the back of a living Godzilla, and that dorsal plate later becomes the axe from Godzilla vs. Kong. Or maybe all the Kongs have axes, and it's an army of Kongs all waving their axes in the air, charging at the Godzillas. And hell, let's go crazy. It's in Hollow Earth, it's in zero gravity, they're all just flying around. Ricocheting off each other, bouncing off of each other, atomic breath shooting, axes wailing, axes throwing atomic breath back at the Godzillas. Just flying and spinning all around zero gravity. Some VFX artist somewhere just had a heart attack. No, but that would be a cool prologue or flashback. I would be down to see that. But I don't want to spend the whole movie in the past. I am looking forward to moving things forward in the Monsterverse and seeing what this new empire is. Is it Godzilla's kingdom, and now Kong is a part of that? Is it some other monster or race coming to challenge the throne and maybe establishing its own empire? Is it the Sith? I'm sorry, it just sounds like a Star Wars title. But no, so yeah, if we're talking classic Toho monsters making their Monsterverse debut, I mean, the obvious choices that I'd love to see are a Gigan or two coming from space. It would be really cool to see Anguirus on the big screen again, because it has been a very, very long time for that boy, and he's not been around. Yeah, so those are the obvious ones, although I would be down for a return of Ghidorah as a Mecha King Ghidorah. I would love to see the Monsterverse interpretation of that. And if it is a new monster, I'm okay with that too. The only thing I would want... Okay, I really like the Monsterverse monsters, and I appreciate how each of them has a very unique silhouette. That is great. But the one complaint I've had is that I miss color. I do. The Monsterverse monsters have been in a lot of shades of gray or browns, and even Mothra, even her wings have been kind of muted. in a lot of the scenes she's in, or like just washed over with blue hues. And I want to see color. I just like I keep thinking of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, the end scene when the monsters are all bowing to Godzilla. Great scene. And I just think about how the impact of that scene for me was toned down just a little bit, because there was some shots and some angles where some monsters kind of got lost in the smoke or the destruction around them, and because everything's brown or gray. And if we had some color, it would be like you could just be able to look at that freeze frame and just see immediately who's who. And I'm not asking for like a rainbow. I don't need, that might be cool though, but just like a vibrant monster, something that pops, something that is just really easy to identify. And I know we've almost had that. I know the Mutos at one point kind of had in early drafts were like reddish, but like that's what I'd like to see. I don't think these movies should be afraid of color. They don't have to be like, you don't have to stay in a world of browns and grays to appear, quote, grounded or gritty or anything like that. Color is fine. And on that same note, the other thing I'd like to see is more daytime fights. I was begging for that before Godzilla vs. Kong came out, and then we got one in the ocean, and we got another nighttime fight. But in fairness, that nighttime fight turned into a daytime fight. And yeah, give me more of those. Don't stop there. There's no reason to obscure the monsters in the night anymore. My eyesight's not what it used to be. Maybe all of this is just me, like, begging to be able to see the monsters better between the colors and the daytime, because I just have bad eyesight. But like, those are the kind of things I want to see. Every Monsterverse film at this point has just gotten more crazy. Like, there's an argument that Godzilla 2014 was somewhat tethered to the world we know, and then from there it's just been getting more and more bonkers. And so I'm fine if they lean into that. Go the full nine, go whole hog, go crazy, have Kongs and Godzillas flying around Hollow Earth swinging their axes. At this point, whatever. If it wanted to go more grounded again, I'd be cool with that too. I'm excited to see what it is. The good thing about the Monsterverse movies is that they're not coming out twice a year or once a year. They're coming, like, there's time in between them. There's time to, like, process and get hyped about the next one. And, I miss that about movies. Cinematic universes have kind of killed that in other franchises. Star Wars, Marvel. I hope the Monsterverse doesn't, like, I know there's a show coming out, but I hope it doesn't get crazy oversaturated itself. I kind of like the pace that it's going. I hope that stays. If we're doing origins, especially of like Skull Island and the Titans, then we could all look forward to a whole lot of previous prequel comics and novelizations becoming even further retconned out of existence. Because if there's one thing Monsterverse supplemental material likes to do, it's contradict itself or contradict the films. Making it really hard to establish like a true timeline of everything in this world. So that's all my knee-jerk reactions. I recorded this very shortly after seeing the teaser. It's been a long time since I did a Babble, and to be honest, I don't have another video ready for today, so this timed out perfect, because I've been spending some extra time on the next installment of the Godzilla vs. Jet Jaguar Sometimes Friends Fight movie, the Monster Island Buddies movie. If you haven't yet, watch part 1 and 2. Part 3 is bonkers, so get yourself caught up. Let me know what you think about Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, in the comments below. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.